My ex-wife showed up to our divorce hearing pregnant. She thought it would secure her a payout, until the judge asked one question. You ever sit in a courtroom and watch someone dig their own grave in real time? Because that's exactly what my ex-wife, Jessica, did. I should have known she'd pull something. The entire divorce process had been a disaster, delays, tantrums, nonsense filings, just to waste my time. If she had put half as much effort into our marriage as she did into making my life hell, we wouldn't have ended up here. When she walked into that hearing pregnant, I almost laughed, not because I thought the kid was mine. I knew it wasn't. But because I could see the plan forming in her head like a cheap soap opera plot. Jessica was banking on one thing, that the judge would see a poor, vulnerable, abandoned pregnant woman and force me to pay up. Forget the prenup, forget logic, play the sympathy card, get a payday. I could already hear the speech she had planned. Your Honor, I have a baby on the way, and I've been left with nothing. How am I supposed to survive? All the while, shooting me side glances, waiting for me to squirm. Too bad for her, I don't play dumb, and I don't lose. See, Jessica had underestimated me. She thought I'd panic, get flustered, maybe even offer a settlement just to avoid looking like the bad guy in front of the judge. But she didn't know what I knew. She didn't know that I had already figured her out months ago. Because the thing about Jessica, she wasn't just bad at marriage, she was bad at lying. And she had no idea that the one question the judge was about to ask her would make her whole story fall apart. Jessica was smug when she walked into that courtroom. She played it perfectly, one hand on her belly, the other delicately brushing her hair behind her ear, like she wasn't about to commit legal fraud. She even threw in a dramatic sigh when she took her seat, like this whole ordeal was exhausting for her. I didn't react. I didn't need to. Because unlike Jessica, I wasn't walking in blind. I was ready, and so was my lawyer, Ethan. Ethan was the kind of guy who smiled in court but would absolutely gut you with the law. I didn't like lawyers much, but after watching him dismantle Jessica's stunts over the last few months, I had to admit I was glad he was on my side. Jessica, of course, had gone through 3 different lawyers since we started this divorce. The one she had today, a newbie fresh out of law school, probably desperate to win his first big case. I almost felt bad for him. Almost. Because here's the thing, Jessica had tried this before, not the pregnancy stunt, but the manipulation, the fake distress, the I'm just a struggling woman, Your Honor, please take pity on me act. And unfortunately, some people bought it, including my own mother. A week before the hearing, my mom had called me. Just settle, she said, her voice laced with exhaustion. You don't want this dragging on forever. I pinched the bridge of my nose. Mom, she's not getting a cent. That's why we had a prenup. She's pregnant? She pushed you. Really want that on your conscience? I almost lost it. This isn't my kid, Mom. She hesitated. Are you sure? I wanted to laugh. Mom, she cheated on me repeatedly. I caught her. I paused. Besides, you know what the worst part is? If I actually thought this was my kid, she wouldn't even need to pull this stuff. I'd be there. I'd take care of them. That's the difference between us. She schemes, I take responsibility. Mom went quiet, then she sighed. I just don't want to see this get uglier. It was already ugly, but I promised her I'd handle it, which brings us back to today. The judge walked in, and the hearing began. Jessica's lawyer launched into a sob story immediately. Your Honor, my client has been left in an impossible situation. She is pregnant, unemployed, and struggling due to the emotional and financial strain caused by this drawn-out divorce. Jessica sniffled on cue. I didn't even blink. Ethan waited patiently, letting the theatrics play out. Then he stood up, calm and controlled, ready. Your Honor, while we certainly sympathize with Miss Parker's situation, we must clarify a few things before proceeding. First and foremost. He turned to Jessica's lawyer. Who is the father of this child? And just like that, Jessica visibly stiffened. I knew that question was coming. Jessica didn't see it. She assumed the court wouldn't question her pregnancy, that she could waltz in, look vulnerable, and walk out with a fat check. But legally, her pregnancy was only relevant if I was the father. Her lawyer froze. Then, weakly, my client believes it is the petitioner's. I almost laughed. Believes? Ethan didn't even flinch. She believes. So there's no proof. Jessica shifted uncomfortably. The judge's eyes narrowed. Miss Parker, have you had a paternity test done? Jessica's mouth opened, closed, opened again. Trapped. I just assumed. The judge repeated, unimpressed, Miss Parker, is there any evidence to suggest the petitioner is the father? Her lawyer looked like he wanted to die. Jessica looked pale, and I leaned back in my chair, enjoying the show. At this point, Ethan was ready to finish her off. Your Honor, we have strong reason to believe this child is not my client's. He pulled out photos taken 2 months after Jessica and I separated, of her on vacation with another man, holding hands, kissing. Clear proof she had moved on.